Hans Carvel. Hans Carvel, impotent and old, married a lass of London mould. Handsome? Enough. Extremely gay, loved music, company and play. High flights she had, and wit as will, and so her tongue lay seldom still. For in all visits, who but she to argue or to repartee? She made it plain that human passion was ordered by predestination, that, if weak woman went astray, their stars were more in fault than they. Whole tragedies she had at heart, entered into Roxana's part. To triumph in her rival's blood, the action was certainly good. How, like a vine among Ammon curled, oh, that dear conqueror of the world! She pitied Betterton in age that ridiculed the godlike rage. She, first of all the town, was told where newest India things were sold. So, in a morning, without bodice, slipped sometimes out to Mrs. Thoddis, to cheapen tea, to buy a screen. What else could so much virtue mean? For to prevent the least reproach, Betty went with her in the coach. But when no very great affair excited her peculiar care, she without fail was waked at 10, drank chocolate, then slept again. At 12 she rose with much ado. Her clothes were huddled on by 2. Then, does my lady dine at home? Yes, sure. But is the Colonel come? Next, how to spend the afternoon, and not come home again too soon? The change, the city, or the play, as each was proper for the day. A turn in summer to Hyde Park, when it grew tolerably dark. Wife's pleasure causes husband's pain. Strange fancies come in Hans's brain. He thought of what he did not name, and would reform, but durst not blame. At first he therefore preached his wife the comforts of a pious life, told her how transient beauty was, that all must die, and flesh was grass. He bought her sermons, psalms, and graces, and doubled down the useful places. But still the weight of worldly care allowed her time, little time for prayer. And Cleopatra was read o'er, while Scott and Wake and 20 more, that teach one to deny one's self, stood unmolested on the shelf. An untouched Bible graced her toilet, no fear that thumb of hers should spoil it. In short, the trade was still the same. The dame went out, the Colonel came. What's to be done? Poor Carvel cried. Another battery must be tried. What if to spells I had recourse? But 'tis to hinder something worse. The end must justify the means. He only sins who ill intends. Since, therefore, 'tis to combat evil, 'tis lawful to employ the devil. Forthwith the devil did appear, for name him until he's always near, not in shape in which he plies at Miss Elbows when she lies, or stands before the nursery doors to take the naughty boy that roars, but without saucer eye or claw, like a grave barrister at law. Hans Carvel, lay aside your grief, the devil says. I bring relief. Relief, says Hans. Pray, let me crave. Your name, sir? Satan. Sir, your slave. I did not look upon your feet. You'll pardon me, now I see it. And pray, sir, when you came from hell, our friends there, did you leave them well? All well, but prithee, honest Hans, says Satan, leave your complacence. The truth is this: I cannot stay flaring in sunshine all the day. For entre nous, we hellish sprites love more the fresco of the nights, and oftener our receipts convey in dreams than any other way. I tell you, therefore, as a friend, ere morning dawns, your fears shall end. Go then this evening, Master Carvel, lay down your fowls and broach your barrel, let friends and wine dissolve your care, whilst I the great receipt prepare. Tonight I'll bring it by my faith. Believe, for once, what Satan saith. Away went Hans, glad, not a little, obeyed the devil to a tittle. Invited friends, some half a dozen, the colonel and my lady's cousin. The meat was served, the bowls were crowned, catches were sung, and health went round. Barbados' water for the close, till Hans had got fairly his dose. The colonel toasted to the best. The dame moved off to be undressed. The chimes went 12, the guests withdrew, but when or how, Hans hardly knew. Some modern anecdotes aver he nodded in his elbow chair. From thence was carried off to bed. John held his heels, and Nan his head. My lady was disturbed. New sorrow, which Hans must answer for tomorrow. In bed, then, view this happy pair, and think how Hymen triumphed there. Hans fast asleep as soon as laid, the duty of the night unpaid. The waking dame with thoughts oppressed, that made her hate both him and rest. By such a husband, such a wife, 'twas Acme's and Septimus's life. The lady sighed, the lover snored. The punctual devil kept his word, appeared to an honest Hans again, but not at all by madam seen, and giving him a magic ring fit for the finger of a king. Dear Hans, said he, this jewel take, and wear it long for Satan's sake. 'Twill do your business to a hair, for long as you this ring shall wear. As sure as I look over Lincoln, that ne'er shall happen which you think on. Hans took the ring with joy extreme. All this was only a dream, and thrusting it beyond his joint, "'Tis done," he cried, "I've gained my point." "What point?" said she. "You ugly beast! You neither give me joy nor rest." "'Tis done!" "What done, you drunken bear? You thrust your finger God knows where."